In today's video, I'm going to break down exactly how I use the Deliverability tab within Klaviyo and how I use the indications within that tab to set my overall segmentation strategy. Now, really quickly, this is part of a module that I teach within my school community. There is a link in the description of this video. This Deliverability basically video is part of a larger deliverability module where I teach a lot more stuff when it comes to email marketing deliverability. There's a link to the school community in the description of the video. Check it out. I'm out of breath. Let's get into the video. Okay, so in today's video, we're going to break down deliverability within Klaviyo. Now, I really want to stress deliverability, and what I'm going to show you in the Deliverability tab within Klaviyo is a function of the segments you are sending to in the averages. They are not a function of your account health as an entirety. Really want to stress that. I'll explain that in terms of what that means right now. So you can see here, we have a deliverability score. This deliverability score is taking an aggregate or a total of your open rates, your click rates, your bounce rates, your unsubscribe rates, and your spam complaint rates. And it's looking at those, creating an aggregate, and then giving you a number. But it's really important to understand this. This number is pulled from the emails that you are sending people. And so this number and this average, while, for example, your flows might be performing very well from a deliverability perspective, if you're sending your emails to your entire database in your campaigns, it can pull this number down. So it's really important to understand that deliverability is a function of the types of emails and the segments you are sending to, not your account health as a whole. Really quickly, sorry to interrupt your video. I just want to talk about something relating to a sponsor of our YouTube channel, Omnisend. Now, Omnisend is currently offering free migrations from Klaviyo into the Omnisend platform. They will literally take your emails from Klaviyo, rebuild them into Omnisend, and migrate them all completely for free under 5 days. Now, note, Omnisend, I've talked about it a bunch on this platform and on this channel, is a much more affordable option when it comes to Klaviyo as an email marketing platform. Highly recommend checking them out. There's a link in the description of this video. Click that link. Sorry for interrupting. Back to the video. I want to reiterate that. If you have, for example, flows that are going out to engage segments, for example, people who trigger certain things on your account, abandoned cart, welcome series, browse abandon, those emails could be getting really good deliverability. Okay? But if you are sending campaigns to your entire database and that's getting like 20% open rates, that could pull down the average open rate, the average click rate, and the average bounce rate. Meaning that it's not necessarily your account as a whole that has bad deliverability, but it's your campaigns that are dragging down your deliverability and therefore potentially giving you the wrong indication that things need to be changed within the flows. So it's really important to understand that, okay? Now, let's go into how we actually interpret this stuff here. Really quickly, greater than 33%, this is just pulling averages. I don't really like to look at this that much, like these sides here. I just try and improve wherever we can, okay? Improve as much as we can in a month on month. Don't take into account the recommended. Benchmark against yourself, because these recommendeds are benchmarking against the rest of the industry. You don't want to do that. You only want to be benchmarking against yourself. Now, one of the things that I really do like here, though, is that you can actually see, for example, where things are performing from a flow perspective. So when you click view all flows, it's a little misleading here actually. I kind of hate this. It takes you directly to the flows tab, which doesn't actually give you an indication of deliverability. So you go back here. What you want to do is I like to focus typically on the following: flow performance when it comes to deliverability. And I like to identify where we're having issues, okay? So from an immediate, red flag, what I see here, sunset flow. Okay, it's very low open rates and that's very low click rates. However, sunset flows are designed to go to very unengaged people. So I'm usually like, okay, I'm not that concerned. This is getting low engagement rates. It's supposed to go to unengaged people. Naturally, we'd see low engagement rates. So that's not a massive concern there. Now, deliver order, okay? This seems like it's fine, right? It seems like, okay, we've got decent click rates, decent open rates. However, since the delivered order flow, this is why it's important to not just look at the numbers, it's actually important to understand the context of the flow itself. The delivered order flow is designed to send people updates regarding their orders, okay? That means people should be engaging with those emails at a significantly higher rate than what Klaviyo is going to say is good or bad, right? Klaviyo is not pulling context relative to each flow. It's pulling context relative when it comes to giving you the benchmarks to all the other accounts that are currently within Klaviyo marked under your industry. So this is a cause for concern, right? We should be able to increase those open rates and those click rates off the back of this, right? Because it's delivered order flow, it should be a transactional email, so we should be able to provide insights there. Post-purchase, okay, so we see, okay, really good open rates, but the click rates are really low. Now, if you follow my strategies for the post-purchase flow, you know that the post-purchase flow here isn't designed to get clicks. We're actually just sending emails to first and second time buyers, thanking the reader for their second and first order, okay? For example, here's the email. It's a plain text email without any links. All we're doing is saying, thank you for choosing us, rah. It's not designed to get good click rates, right? So this is why it's really important to have context behind your flows. Because if you just look at this in isolation, you're gonna be like, oh my God, bad click rates, we're in a really bad place, but you're actually fine, okay? So that's fine. So for the most part, this picture here tells us that, hey, the delivered order flow needs to be dialed in a little bit more, but everything else is largely good. And then we can take a look at our campaigns too. It's just gonna give us our top 3 needs attention campaigns. For the most part, no major red flags here. Click rates could be a little better, but I'm not seeing any major red flags. Now, one thing I really do want to indicate though, is if you see high bounce rates, this is a cause for concern. And I would recommend taking the bounce rate indicator directly from the deliverability score. So if you see more than 1%, really important to understand what's happening. For context, bounces are essentially emails that get sent to your readers whom are either the email address is invalid or they've blocked you or their inbox is full. Usually it means they've given you a fake or false email address when they opted into your newsletter, okay? Now you can see here all of the bounce details, right? So you can actually break it down by provider, okay? And you can see basically, all right, let's take a look at this. We can also filter, you can see okay, invalid email address, mailbox unavailable. Typically, I think invalid email address and mailbox unavailable are the same. So when you're seeing this, you're seeing, okay, we've got 5 people on Verizon who bounced because they have an invalid email address, 21 on Gmail, right? Mailbox unavailable, pretty much the same thing, 15 and 64 people in Gmail. Now look at this, reputation, Verizon, 146. This is a cause for concern. However, in the month of July, which is where we're in the last 30 days, there was a recent outage with Verizon and Klaviyo, which caused very high bounce rates. So I'm not actually that concerned about that right now, and it's context, right? I understand that. I'm gonna tell you how to use all this data in a second, by the way. Okay, you can also filter by campaigns and flows, and you can see the bounce details and the bounce reports there. Personally, I like using the line graph here as well in the top right hand corner, and it gives you an indication as to where your bounces are coming from and who they're coming from, what platforms. So that's a quick breakdown of how to analyze deliverability. Okay, I usually play around with those tabs. Now, how do I use this information? Okay, now if I see we have really bad deliverability, right here, I can see overall that we have bad deliverability, and I can see that it's not coming from our flows. For example, our open rates are 40% on average, but our flows get 60% on average. I know that I then need to use this information to tighten up our segmentation in our campaigns. The biggest needle mover you're gonna have to move the needle when it comes to deliverability is going to be the filters you add to your flows and the segmentation you use for your campaigns. The lower your deliverability score, the tighter the segmentation window you need to use when it comes to sending campaigns. Let me give you an example. If we go into lists and segments here and we create a segment, and let's say we had really bad deliverability, very bad open rates and very bad click rates, what we would do is we'd create a segment of people who are engaged in, for example, the last 30 days. So we'd say opened email at least once in the last 30 days, or what somebody has or has not done, subscribes to newsletter at least once in the last 30 days, or what somebody has or has not done, clicked email in the last 30 days, or what somebody has or has not done, placed order at least once in the last 30 days. So this isn't the exact segment I'd use, but it's an illustration, right? So this would be your engagement. If your deliverability was really bad, you'd create a very hyper segmented, tight, narrow window of engagement, okay? Then you would send campaigns to this 30-day engage segment. And what you'd find is eventually your deliverability would increase. And then you'd be in a good enough place to broaden your segment of definition, or rather your engagement definition. So instead of 30 days, you'd go to 60 days, right? You would broaden your definition, and all of a sudden we've gone from 24,000 profiles to 29,000 profiles. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to engage as many people as we possibly can, right? Reach the most audience, the highest amount of people, while maintaining our sender reputation and deliverability. That's how I use the deliverability tab within Klaviyo. I use it to give me an indication of what I want to be doing from a segmentation perspective. That's how we use it within Klaviyo, okay? And also, if, for example, we have high bounce rates, which we could see, remember the bounce thing that I broke down? We can also do add filters. What somebody has or has not done, bounced email, 0 times in the last 30 days. Okay, so I exclude the bounces, and look, we've already dropped down to 28,000 now. And then I can also add those flow filters, right? I can add flow filters up at the very top, and I can say profile filters, edit what somebody has or has not done. Let me show you, and what somebody has or has not done. Bounced email, 0 times in the last 30 days, right? And I'd add that filter there. And then we can lower our bounce rates by excluding people who are bouncing from receiving our messages. That's how I use the deliverability tab, okay? If any of you have any questions, please let me know. If you want a full breakdown on this, I have a full module on this in my school community. There should be a link in the description of this video. It's right here. Gotta plug something, right? Gotta plug something. So you have classroom here, and then we've got deliverability. There's a whole module on deliverability right here, okay? I highly recommend checking this out. Yes, it's paid, but, well, you know, hey, everything's going to be paid for. Thanks for watching.